Hi. You caught me without my hat on. I was going to put my bucket hat on today and I hadn't even got around to it yet. Should I put it on? I'm not feeling like a hat today, guys. It's just a gloomy, overcast Sunday out there. I am so glad that you stopped by. Come on in, come set a spell with me. I've got my first morning cup of coffee, and yes, this is very early for me. The sun, I can't even tell if it's out. It's so cloudy outside. But I have 3 boxes from you from 3 different whatnot shops. All 3 you've seen these shops before, but I have small orders or small deliveries that I wanted to get through. And yes, don't look at the bags under my eyes today. I had a very restless night last night. One of the things that I'm noticing without a critter in the house is that I don't sleep as soundly. I spent so many decades sleeping comfortably, knowing that my dogs would hear any odd noises or sounds of an intruder, whatever the case may be, with their hearing long before I would even hear anything. Well, they're not here to hear for me anymore. I hear every little sound that I never even noticed was coming out of my tiny home. So I have to reacclimate myself. I did eventually put in a little background noise last night, just so I would have some sound to fall asleep to. So I got about 5 hours sleep. It's a process, guys. It's seriously a process. So let's get into what I have today. We're going to do a small order, only 6 items from SuperBuys. We're going to do another small order from NVUS Deals. And we're going to do the missing part of the order from DoubleDTreasureBarn. Give me a second. My eyes are also very itchy this morning. I think a lot of that has to do with not only the weather, but the fact that I have been doing a fair amount of still cleaning and whatnot around here, trying to get under things and in things. And yeah, it's crazy. All right. So let's do what we gotta do. Let's take a look at this small order from SuperBuys. Let's start with these. 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of index cards. Each pack has 100 cards in it. Pretty cool, right? $6.99 when you get 200 cards. They come in a double pack, but the boxes were kind of shocked. So $6.99 for 200 cards. Basically $14 for 400 cards. 2 of these I got at auction for $3. And actually both sets, $3 and $3. So instead of $6.99 or $7 for this, I paid $3 and I paid $3 for this. So it's like I got 50% off. Great deal. Standard index cards. Standard size index cards. I have an index card folder and it holds all important information like my electric company information, my account number with the electric company, all the different things that you want to keep a record of so that, if anything ever happens to me, that little box will hold all the information, emergency contacts. And I use these as recipe cards as I come up with new recipes or you guys provide new recipes, which I actually did just get a new recipe from one of you for grits casserole, which I have tried it more than once and I absolutely love it. And it does work with my weight journey. So I will be putting my grits casserole on one of these. So these are all from me between the box and the recipe book. Great deal on those. All right, what is this doing here? Oh, yeah, I gotta show you that too. We actually have a fourth shop. Kind of a fourth shop, so it's a little mix today of everything. Made by Dole. Dog biscuits. Now, these have an expiration date of a year from now, August 2nd, 2026. Guys, if you know anything about me, then you know I will definitely have another animal, probably even before the end of this year, most likely. Heaven forbid if anything happens, then these will go to the local dog shelter. But these are made fresh biscuits, ingredients: oat flour, tapioca starch, dried yeast, vegetable glycerin, banana, pumpkin. Strawberry biscuit is made from the same thing: vegetable glycerin, strawberries, red beetroot, carrot. These are made by Dole. They don't get much healthier than that. $7.65 a bag. I got one of them for $6, which, as you can imagine, there were a lot of competition. There's a lot of bids on it. And I got the other one for $4. So I still had a savings as opposed to paying about $15, almost $16 for the two of them. I got the two of them for a total of $10. That's a great deal. So these will go down in the cabinet. How many is in each one of these? Plant-based, no wheat. See what it says? Corn or soy. Just so you can see. No artificial ingredients. 7-ounce bag. If I had to guess, they're not real big. There you can see the size of them. This is the size I used to give Sadie and Levi because I would take a regular bone, snap it in half, and give them smaller portions of the one bone. So they would think they were getting multiple treats when actually they were only getting one treat. They just weren't getting it all at the same time. So this is a perfect size. I don't have to break them down. I will be getting a medium to large dog. I don't do small dogs. Sorry to all you small dog owners, but I don't do small dogs. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is sealed. I have to open it up. All right, let's pull this open. This is how big. Does it say? It does not say. But you're going to see if I can ever get it open. There we go. This is a welcome mat. Welcome mats don't last forever. Oh, this is one of those itchy straw ones. I can feel it on my leg. Let me cut that piece so I can get this off, because this is wrapped really good. This is rubber backed, very solid rubber backed, and it's that straw type front, so you know it's going to grab water and everything else. And this is a nice welcome mat. There we go. Oh, it's a good size. I would say it's about 30 inches by maybe 18 to 20 inches. It's got cute little flowers across the bottom of it. And it says welcome. So this is going to go at the front of my house. Not too bad, right? Sells for $12.99. So lean back so that you can see the whole thing. $12.99, and I got it for $3. And guys, they had more of these. They had a lot more of these, and during the auction that I was watching, they hadn't sold them all. I think they sold maybe one more, but I took a chance on it. I said, you know what, for $3, and I'm very glad that I did. It's very, very thick. I don't know how long this coloring or patterning will look in it. I don't care. It's nice. It's rubber. And I do like the thickness of it because this is actually not going on the staircase at the front. This is going on the right as you step off the bottom step onto the gravel that's there. I can't tell you how many times I love to be barefoot, and I'm going up and down those stairs to go to the car for something, and I have to take, 2, 3 steps on the gravel. Well, my feet are tough and I'm used to it, but that doesn't mean I like it. And I thought, you know what? This would be great right down at the very bottom of the stairs. Could put it up on the top. I'm not sure if it'll fit. It might be a little too wide. I will try it, and if it fits, then I'll move the more faded one down to the bottom. But I like the idea of having 2 mats. One at the top of the stairs for entry and one at the bottom of the stairs for stepping on. Okay, the last item in this box. I told you it was a small box. This is also a puppy dog item. Yes, it's in pink, but you all know dogs are colorblind, right? Dogs can only see black, white, and different shades of black and white, like grays and that kind of colors. They don't see color like we see color. And typically, I didn't do the blue and pink thing for my dogs. I did bright things like orange and purple and that kind of stuff. But I saw this and I had to get it for the next dog. I wish I would have had this when I traveled across the country, but this is a pet watering bottle. This is a watering bottle for your pets. It comes with this nice carry case that is lined. It comes up, the inside comes up, and you cinch this around the bottle like that, right? It's got the straps that you hook on that you can adjust. It's got a little pocket down here in front. Open up that pocket. It's got a little pocket. You want to put little treats or something down in there. If you're doing a quick trip, you want to put some treats in there. It's got the little bottle. Here's the carry strap that you have. Adjustable carry strap. This side clips on to this one, and that's tight. And then this side clips on to this side. And there's your carry straps. You can put it over your shoulder. You can adjust it. It can be crossbody if you want. And you can adjust it over here as well. Set that down. And here's your water bottle. Your water bottle twist top. It also has an extra little carry strap that you can feed through here, put on the top. So if you just want to carry the plain bottle as it is, you can do that. See if I can get, oh, I got it on the first try. That never happens. See, you're never too old for firsts. So there's your carry. It's got your open and close so that it leaks or pours but doesn't pour. Got a rubber seal on the bottom, just in case you were wondering. It's got a good rubber seal right there. Nice and tight. So when you open it to get a drink for the dog, the water pours into here and the dog gets their drink. When you're done, you close it up. You can either carry it this way or you pop it down into your little bag. Like that. Cinch your bag closed so it doesn't come out. And you have your little carry pack for your dog, your little travel dog water dish. I wished I would have had this when I was moving cross country. I wished I would have had this since I've been in Alabama, because Levi went every place with me. And I would carry my own water bottle and a little plastic cup, and I would pour water in the cup and let him drink that way. This would have been so nice for him to have his little own water bottle. All I had to do was tip it over, turn the nozzle, and he could get a drink. So I am prepared for the next doggy, right? I got to be prepared. This will go in the bottom of the pantry with the other dog items. So I am fully prepared. So that tells you how committed I am that I will be getting another animal. This sells for $13.99. I got it for $3. Seriously? If you saw this for $3, I know if you have an animal, you'd buy this. You may not want pink, you might want the blue, you might want the green, but the color that they had available was the pink. And I said, you know what? Dogs are colorblind. I can live with it. I don't know if I'll get a male or female dog. I have no idea what my next dog will be because I've had both. All of them. You name it. I've had them. Right. This was a little sneak that I forgot about. I don't know if you remember when I did SJDailyDeals, I showed you this little gift card that I had gotten from them. And this gift card allowed me a $10 item for free. That's what this is. This came so quickly. I cannot believe this. I received this on July 31st, only 4 days after ordering it. This was my gift from SJDailyDeals. And this came from Big L's Blends. And it's my honey mustard. This is a coating and or mix. If you can see, it's thicker. So you can blend it down to make a creamy honey mustard. You either add a little water to it. You can add, if you want to, you can use sour cream. Whatever you want to, you can mix it in with a scrambled egg and coat your chicken or whatever in this. But this is the honey mustard. It has a scoop side. See the little scooper? And it has a shake side on the top. This has a $9.99 value. This is a big bottle, 5.4 ounces, completely sealed, and I'm going to leave it sealed until I get to it. And as you can see, it's full to the top. It's not like some of the brand names you go to the store and you get and they're not full all the way up. This is full. So I can't wait to use this. 1/4 teaspoon is 15 calories. I don't need a lot of it, and I'm not going to use it all that often, so I'm not worried about the calorie count. 0 fat, 0 saturated fat, 0 trans fat, 1 carb, only 8 sugars. Not too worried about it. As coatings go, it's not bread. Honey mustard seeds, dry rub, and seasoning. That's what it says right there on the back. I like that. I can't wait to use that. So I got that for free from SJDailyDeals. I won their giveaway, and that's what they were giving away. They give away every time they run a giveaway. Most of the times they run the giveaway. That's what you get. You get that card. That's a bonus. All right. I have another box, not too big, a little heavy. NVUS Deals. This is Miss Latasha, and there's not a lot in here, but I'm going to show you exactly what is in here. We're going to start with something that I won in a giveaway. Here's a hint. Sky blue straw and a nice sky blue, nice tall and thin. I like this because this is perfect for the car. It will fit and be easy to grab because it won't be so low. Has a nice sealed top with a spot for the straw and or drinking. Pop top on it. Double wall steel lined. It's made by Blue Fizz is the name of the company. Blue Fizz drinkware. The straw does have a catch, a stop on it, so to speak, so that it won't pull up. Well, I guess I'm going to have to put it through this way. And the straw does have a little bend in it so that you can, it's tight because I didn't take the wrapper off. So that it naturally kind of leans like that. but the straw won't come out. There we go. Might as well take that off. The straw won't come out because of the stopper on it. So pretty cool little gift to win, right? From Miss Latasha. I didn't put the value of this on here, but guys, you can pretty much figure out what something like this would cost. I would say at least close to $10 for it. That's my prize. It's another beneficial thing. So pink and blue, I just noticed my car cup would be blue and my doggy's car cup would be pink. That's okay. I don't mind being blue. Whatever color I am, I'm the alpha. All right. There's only 2 more things in this box from Miss Latasha. Again, this is NVUS Deals, but these 2 things are heavy. All right. This is a plant cover bag. It gets cold here. Now, granted, it's rare to have snow where I live. Last year, they had a freak snowstorm that brought probably about 5 inches, but by the next morning, it was all melted and gone because of the temperatures don't stay that cold. But this is a plant cover. I have that big, beautiful bird of paradise. And if there's any forecast of freeze or snow, that puppy's getting covered. That's this. This is a big one. It is 95 by 80 inches. So it will cover, as you see here, it will cover that plant comfortably, and it doesn't have a lot of weight. There's one bag in this cover. This is non-woven fabric, considered to be extra large, protects plants from frost, freeze, animals, snow, and a zipper design. It goes on and off with a zipper. So it doesn't have a drawstring. It does have a drawstring on the bottom, as you can see here, but it goes on and off with a zipper so that you don't have to struggle to get it over the top of the plant. This sells for $9.99, and I got it for $3. And I am going to open it. Holy cow. I think I'm going to open it. I'm going to try to not rip the cover as I open it. This is seriously shrink wrapped. There we go. I got it. So for $9.99, oh, this is nice, guys. I'm going to try to save this bag to put it back into. I'm already feeling the material, which I like. Got to watch where I'm cutting. Here we go. All right. I love it when these things are wrapped up so nicely. All right. I wanted to show you the material. Can you see this? This is a nice, thick weaved material. And this is big, so I'm not going to unwrap it or unroll it, but it's big. It's folded in on itself. It's very, very nicely done. I'll keep it right here in the bag to protect it. Keep it handy. It'll go out into the shed for when the weather comes and I'm ready to have to use it. So this is for my beautiful bird of paradise. Don't want anything to happen to it. The last thing in this box is even heavier. If I can, holy smokes. Hold on. Gotta wrestle the box. This is a 2-pack. And these are cream in color. This is a 2-pack of similar colors, similar covers, almost as big. Let's see what this one is. This one is 60 by 70. So this one's a little bit smaller. This is for my young azaleas because azaleas can handle the frost and the snow. I had azaleas planted all over my yard in upstate New York, and I never once covered them once they were at least 2 years old. My plants out front are not 2 years old. They're a few months old. Now, granted, they may have been growing in a pots, but I'm talking about establishing themselves in the ground here has not been 2 years. So they don't have the kind of root system that can survive if we get any kind of funky weather. So I got this 2-pack, and it's the same material, but these are a cream color. This 2-pack, this is heavy. This sells for $24.99, and I got it for $8. So I got it for a third of the cost. And again, this has a zipper design for putting it on and off, so you don't have to struggle with it. Shrub covers, zipper to get it on, drawstring to pull it tight around the bottom, around the union. I don't know how heavy they are individually once I open them up and I put them over the plants. If I find they're heavy, I may add like a stake or something in the middle to kind of tent it and hold it up off a little bit. But freeze prevention, frost prevention, when you invest a lot in your plants, you want to make sure that you protect them. Gone through 2 boxes already. It hasn't even been a half an hour. Hold on. Okay. The last box doesn't have a lot in it. It's a big box. But this was the missing package from DoubleDTreasureBarn. This was from the order, the show that ran on July 17th. The first part of this order came in on July 26th. The second part of this order came on July 31st. So this went 2 weeks before I got this particular part of the order. I guess better late than never, right? All right. In this box, we have duplicates. We have 2 more of the blue striped pillows, just like the other one that I got. So now I have 3 of those blue striped pillows. And I will open them up. Oh, falling down because of all the plastic. All right, here. Okay, so these are both the same. I just didn't take one out of the plastic yet. These were sold to me as a set of 2. As a set of 2, you can buy them as a set of 2 from Target. As a set of 2, they sold for $20. I paid $9 for the set of 2. And these are 16 by 16. So they're a little smaller than the 18 by 18s. And yes, I did put the pillow covers on. I washed them and put them on, and they look very nice. So 18 by 18, 16 by 16, and then I have the smaller 12 by 12s that I got. These blue ones are going to go out on the glider. Actually, I may not put these on the glider. Yes, I will. I'll put these on the glider. These will be great up against the arms, but they're very nice. They will puff up a little bit more. They're not super thin. They're pretty well padded, and they're very nicely made. This is a very hefty weave. This is thick, like it doesn't feel like denim, but it's thick like that. And on the back, it's got a nice linen type weave to it. So those 2 will go out in the glider. And then I got 3. Hold on here. 3, 1, 2, 3, all the exact same pillow. So I will open one for you so we can take a good look at this. These are 12 by 18s, and each of these pillows sells for $12.99. These are, I know it looks a little beige, but it is a little bit on the mauve side. It's got this color here is not an orange, it's more of a mauve with a tan and then the beige. So nice color, linen back. The entire pillow is linen. Finish size 12 by 18. Made in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay. 100% polyester fiber, certified. And it is a Room Essentials, which is the Target brand. So I've got 3 of these. Each was valued at $12.99. And how much did I pay for it? First was they sold me 2 at a time in the first auction. 2 of them for $21. So as opposed to paying $26 for 2, I paid $21 for 2. And then the last one, which was $12.99, I got for $11. So not a big savings, but again, they had a limited number of these. There were a lot of people bidding. And this is something, because of the coloring, because of my glider and the cushion on my ergo chair out there, my ergo lounger, I wanted to have this particular color. This was the best. I had pre-looked at all the shops that were selling these things, and it came down to this particular shop. So I got 3 of these, very nice. They will go outside. They don't have removable covers. That's the only downfall to them. Those and the blue ones do not have a removable cover. So you're going to have to hand wash them, which I really don't like doing with outdoor pillows, but these are indoor, outdoor pillows. They're supposedly be able to handle the moisture. I worry about washing them and getting them too wet because that inside will never dry properly, and then you can end up with mold inside the pillow. But we'll see what happens with them. So that is the 3 boxes for today. We have a short video. OMG, how did that happen? So let's rate each of these places. All right. SuperBuys still gets a 5-star rating. Not a lot of product in the box, but everything, again, came quickly. What was that order date? The show was on July 28th. I received it on July 31st. That's quick, considering the packing. And yeah, that's like ridiculously quick. 3 days. The NVUS Deals, Miss Latasha, that came in 3 days. I forgot to give you the information on that, but that came in 3 days. But again, these things from, so Miss Latasha still gets 5 stars for her items. The diversity, I know there wasn't a lot in there, but come on, plant covers and a dog bottle. It's just like, or plant covers and whatever else came out of that box. I don't even remember at this point what came out of that box. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. But anyway, good variety of items. Miss Latasha at NVUS Deals still gets 5 stars. And then the DoubleDTreasureBarn, again, still only getting 1 star because this all came from the same show. The delivery was severely delayed. We're talking 2 weeks. The box, the way this was packed, the box was bulging and open. In the top, the middle was puckering where you could actually put a hand in there, and anybody who would have tried to grab it or whatever would have just been able to open that box. It was very poorly packed, even though the box was light. And the prices, I didn't really get a good deal on it. Technically speaking, I should drop them to a 1/2 star, but I'm going to leave their overall rating still at 1 star. I do not recommend DoubleDTreasureBarn. That's just my personal opinion based on my personal experience. Somebody else may have a different experience, but mine was not the greatest, and I'm not going to be going back. And why is my hair doing that? Isn't that the weirdest thing? I don't know. I'm not going to pick at my head. So anyway, if you're not familiar on how I rate each shop, not all of you have watched every video to see all the ratings on this. The shipping speed and the way the items are packed splits a star. Each gets a half a star, so that equals 1 star. Communications, whether it be email communication, or just the way that they address, that's 1 star for how they interact with us. The prices of the half a star for the price of the item, half a star for the cost of the shipping equals 1 whole star. The variety and presentation, in other words, how much of the item, how much information do we get to see on the particular item? What do they show us? What do they tell us about it? What's their variety within the shop? That again gets split, a half a star for variety, half a star for presentation. And then the seller's attitude is 1 whole star. In other words, is this a seller that is friendly and outgoing and personable and appreciates their buyers and interacts with their buyers through the chat and whatnot? Or is this a shop like Double D Treasures where they bark at you, they don't give you information, they literally will stop an auction to yell at you for either not bidding enough or asking to see if they have an item? If I inquire, say, hey, do you have any of these? More than one occasion, I have seen them literally stop their auction, and this is not news to some of you who watched my previous video, stop their auction, and the dad, Doug, get right in the camera and say, hey, these are random polls. You get what you get. There's no point in asking for what you want. You know, this is what you see. You watch, you buy, or you don't buy. I mean, that's basically his attitude, and that's pretty much verbatim what he says. That's not the kind of shop that I want to deal with or will deal with. So I'm not changing the rating. They're staying at 1 star, but that is how I come up with my 5 stars. So I have 4 more boxes from SuperBuys. I have another box from SoldBySam. I have 7 orders from Temu coming in. Not sure when they're going to get here or if they're going to get here. But I have more boxes, of course, coming from Whatnots, from different stores. One of my favorite channels on YouTube, the Cheap Chick, Melissa, was on SuperBuys last night with her live auction, and I did get a couple of items from her. So I have that coming, and we can talk about how she ran her show and my interpretation and rating of that particular show. Yeah, there's more coming. And I do want to let you guys know, I know you're not seeing a lot of what's going on just around the corner, because there hasn't been a lot going on just around the corner. I'm focusing on pre-recording these videos so that I can get the boxes out of my living space and get the products incorporated into my home or to my community. This takes hours, and many times I need a break in between because I am still very fragile after losing Levi. I know you're not seeing this until late August, but he only passed on July 21st. So it's barely been a month. It's been a major adjustment for me. So I've been doing a lot of puttering, a lot of little things, a lot of just normal chores, a lot of just sitting with my feelings and just letting everything out, trying to not keep things bottled up. I've been doing a lot of distraction things, reorganizing cabinets, reorganizing, as you saw, reorganizing my pantry, trying to get little things done, a little bit more deep cleaning. It's, I'm not there yet, guys. I have not moved on to the point where I'm ready to say, okay, let's get back to it. Yeah, I've had a couple people say, snap out, it's only a dog. Well, that's somebody who's never had a dog or didn't treat a dog or love a dog like a family member. Levi was not just a dog. Levi was a companion. He was a friend. He was a trained service dog. He was a dog that myself and a certified trainer worked together to get him to the point where he was appropriate for me and my needs. So he was not, he was my fur baby. He was my kid. I have no biological children. I had stepkids when I was married, and I love them as if they were my own. But my pets have always been that unconditional love that every person in this world needs. If you are willing to open your heart to a pet, then it's amazing what you're going to get back. And I can't speak for anyone who's had the loss of a child. And I know some of you out there have. My mom, she lost, my brother, her firstborn child. And he was the first dude in my life, so to speak. And we were very close. I know how his loss hit me. I know how his loss hit Mom. I cannot even imagine that level of pain. But my pain is not far beyond that or far below that level of loss. So hang in there with me. You will get to see more of what's going on just around the corner. There are some things I'm planning on doing. I've showed you a little bit about the plants and the things that I've started to get potted and whatnot. I will catch up on some things, and I will try to get back into doing a few little things gradually. Okay. As you can imagine, when I first moved in here, I had a lot to do. And I had a lot because the outside of the house looked horrible, not being landscaped, not being finished. So you guys got to see that major transformation. There's not going to be a lot of big transformations happening other than inside the house. And that's going to be a little ways down the road because my priorities, and I think my priorities are in order. My priorities is to be able to set aside the funds that I need so I can go back and travel and see Mama again. That's my number one priority. I try to save a certain amount every month so that I can make a comfortable trip back to see her, which that's my number one priority. And then my number two priority is having a safe backyard for my next fur baby. Well, that all takes money, guys. And I live on primarily my Social Security retirement benefits and the monetization that I receive from my YouTube channel when you guys watch. So it's important to me. It's important to the channel. It's important to every channel that you watch. When you watch and you give a thumbs up and or you leave a comment, but watching is important. That's what monetizes our channel so that we can bring you more products, have the funds available for whatever we want to use those funds for. I use them for you, and I use them to set aside for Mama. And I'll use them for my next house pet. But your subscription to any channel is free. It doesn't cost you anything. The advertisers, those little commercials that you see in the middle of our videos that pop up, that's where our funds come from. So when you watch our videos, it generates those advertisements, and presto, we get compensated for letting those interfere, so to speak, to come in to our videos. So that's why subscription is free for you. So do it. Just do it. All your favorite channels, right? Give them a big thumbs up. Share it so that it gets out there into the algorithms, and YouTube can say, hey, more people are watching this. We're going to put this person on the recommended list so it comes up as being recommended. And if you are not already subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. It's like the old word they used to say, oh, I'm going to follow this channel. It's the same thing. Subscriber is exactly the same as saying you're going to follow. So remember, stay hydrated. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I will catch you in just a couple of days with more of whatever comes in. Bye.